My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, why then her breasts are dun. If hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head. I have seen roses damask, red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. And in some perfumes is there more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know music hath a far more pleasing sound. I grant I never saw a goddess go. My mistress, when she walks, treads on the ground. And yet, by heaven, I think my love is rare, as any she belied with false compare. Hey Scorpio seekers, that was a sonnet by Shakespeare that speaks of true love versus in comparison to delusional love, where we love someone truly for who they are, with or without roses in their cheeks, divine or humane. Or if we put them on a pedestal, imagine that they are godly and perfect, and maybe love our perception of them more than we actually love them. Shakespeare knew what love is. He wrote it well. The Star and Six of Wands. There's a true realization for what it means to love. The struggle that comes before the victory. The purification that comes before the truth. How the journey isn't always simple. But not in a way that is fantastical. Like the whole twin flame insanity that is going around. There must be fantastical suffering for them to be my true and one and only love. No. There's complications, there's imperfections, there are sometimes disagreements, but communication and work, and there you go. Love wins. Sometimes the truth isn't what you make of it. Sometimes it's just what it is, right in front of you. It is poetic as it is. The flesh is poetic. The ego and the wants are poetic. Life as we know it is poetic. This person that is not perfect or tragically fantastical is poetic. Can you love them for who they are, for how they are? Because they're showing themselves to you. There's no complications here. There's no, you need to figure this riddle out. Here I am. This is who I am. This is what I am. This is what I have to offer. Yay or nay? But this Leo Aquarius axis that is coming through the cards insists on placing things either in the collective spirit or the solitary heart. What if it's neither? What if it's both? What if it's not about that scope? What if it's about getting along, having great sex, and a lot of fun together? Written in the stars, not written in the stars. Is it written in your schedule? Do you make room for each other? Great. Do you get along? Great. Do you live in the same area? Great. Do you have similar values and hobbies? Great. You're very, very fortunate. 6 of Pentacles. Luck comes in. Good things come in Leo season for you, Scorpio. A lot of them. A lot of opportunities. A lot of recognition. A lot of success. A lot of victories. Your job, your only job, is to appreciate it and be grateful for it. Practice gratitude. And not seek for how can it be better or how it's not really enough. Because a lot of these things are things that you've hoped for and wished for a very long time. So be cautious of taking some things for granted. The 6s are tricky. Here you have it. Now can you maintain it? Page of Cups. If you bring yourself back to your childlike vision and hopes, and you look at what you have and what you have achieved and what you are receiving from their perspective, and just allow the sense of awe to come through. Because for you it may be meh, but for that inner child of yours, that's like everything they've ever dreamed of. Look around you. So much goodness. The world is opening up for you, Scorpio. This is amazing. And again, the fixed signs. An Aquarian energy card, a Leo energy card, a Taurus energy card. You are Scorpio, and all these 4 signs coming through in the World card. It's working well for you. Here you are as well. Death and rebirth. Ascension. You're already in ascension. 3 of Pentacles. Before enlightenment, a man chops wood, carries water. After enlightenment, a man chops wood, carries water. The work continues. The diligency continues. The mundane tasks continue. And yet they are, with their simplicity, they are so poetic and so fantastical and so wondrous. Some of you have been building a business that might be global, and it's going to skyrocket. It's going to expand somehow. You're going to receive some sort of either global recognition, celebrity status for some of you in your field. You're either awarded or rewarded or acknowledged for something that you're doing, and it's just a start. You're continuing to build it up. It has an empire type of potential. Maybe you're finding an investor, maybe an investor finds you. You might have some fans, people who look up to you. You can be a school teacher and do something amazing for your students, and all of your students are just admiring you, and so are your fellow teachers, right? But it could be on any scale. But either way, Brick by brick, we're reaching the heavens. Four of Wands. It's like one card after the other is just success, 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 recognition, cooperation, celebration. Scorpio, this is so fun to see for you. If you're moving, make sure to have a house party. Whatever it is, make sure to celebrate, to acknowledge it. Leo season for you is looking really good, Scorps. Amazing. Temperance. Speaking of the unbelievable that is believable, just believe it. What you envision for the future is already here. It's already present. Some of you just can't believe it. You're so used to the struggle or to the process of purification and death and rebirth and ending and beginnings. And Temperance is 14. It's after the 13. What comes after the phoenix rises. It just hangs out in the sky and floats. Just enjoy it. Cards of healing and love. There's community, there's family, there's show me more, please, for Scorpio, for Leo season. 5 of Pentacles. You're either reaching a status where people are going to start asking you for help, guidance, loans, advice, references, referrals. Some of you are helping the needy. You might be building or volunteering at a facility or at a place that helps those in need. You might be doing some charity work or philanthropy work. For those of you who are receiving philanthropy and assistance, this will trigger inspiration in you to become that one day, to become the giver, to become the philanthropist, and you'll be on that path. I'm picking up on creative writing for some of you. Some of you are helping people with creative writing. And some of you are just working out through your own healing process through creative writing. 4 of Swords. 2 4s, 2 6s. Okay. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups. Let me look. You can find it on my merch. I have an online store beneath all my videos. Karma is a witch. Yes, she is. I think someone or someones are coming to you for some sort of healing or guidance. For some of you, it might catch you by surprise. You're like, why are you coming to me? Why? And it's because it's obvious to them or to whoever that you can help or that you know. You might hear of someone in your vicinity that is going through a really hard time for some reason. It could be physical illness, could be financial, could be both. Maybe someone is going through some illness that they can't afford treatment. Someone is seeking for holistic medicine, possibly because they can't afford treatment, but that will lead them to discover a lot about the healing process to their case and will allow them to then help others. Don't lend money to someone you don't know if you're going to see the money back, unless you're okay with that, unless it's like a charity, unless or a gift. Okay. If you're giving knowing that you might not get it back and you're just like, it's fine, then great. But if you're expecting to receive it, then I would reconsider. So I need to turn on the AC. So if there's a little bit of back noises, I apologize. So that the sun is on me, which is great, but it also makes it really hot. Yeah, don't become, going back a little bit to the point earlier, don't be aloof with your successes. Maintain them. Okay? Don't let something great slip through your fingers just because you're just assuming that that the opportunity will stay there, or that the person will stay there, or the thing will be there. No. There's potential of losing something that you're taking for granted this month, so take that under consideration. It's like an advice, guidance. Tell me more, please, for Scorpio, about this Five of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Tell us more for Scorpio about this Four of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Too many cards. The Hermit and Six of Cups. We have another six now. 3 sixes. So this is either a family member, an elderly family member, or someone you haven't seen in a long time. Could also be a family member that they need help, or that you're hearing about it. You're hearing that they're in a situation of some sort, and you might be the one reaching out to them to offer help, or it's the other way around. Something brings them back around after a very, very long time. You might get some news about someone, something that happens to them a long time ago, but you just didn't know, and now you're finding out. And some of you finding yourself, something to do with either where you grew up, your childhood home. Again, that needs you somehow, or but I don't see you in a hurry to, like, I feel like there's a lot of emotional tension there for you. Like you're not rushing into going there or into reconnecting. It's something that some of you would rather like stay with yourself in it and kind of take your distance and take your time. I see some of you really taking your time to consider, to think. And some of you need to hear this, that you might be tempted to be triggered by past events and have it, and then do something that is possibly sabotaging to something of the present. Okay. Anything else? In your extended, I'm going to look into love, specifically you and your person of interest. We'll see into the dynamic of the relationship or of the interaction, and then we'll also see past, present, future, and potential, specifically focusing on Leo season. And we'll do a rune reading. I'll pull runes for you guys. We're not done yet. Hold on. And here we have the fourth six. We have all sixes on the table now. 6 of Swords. 6, 6, 6, 6. Okay. Wow. Who else had 4 sixes? Someone else had them. Interesting. Family, community, home base. There's immigrant energy. So someone who left. Maybe you left, is either returning or you're returning, or there's a visit or there's a travel, or someone who's at a distance, or has gone through a major journey. So they might be dealing with something like this that has to do with a family member that is not feeling well, and you're hearing about it somehow. Or maybe you're finding out about how much they're going through or have gone through. I think there was a little bit of a knowing, like some sort of mystery to things, but now things are becoming very clear and known. It sets you back a little bit. You're like, whoa, that's crazy. Or that's a lot, or something like that. Now this could be you. This could be you having gone through something big, like a really, really long life, challenging journey, and people around you may not have known or been aware to the extent. Some of you are feeling distant from your children, or your children want to go somewhere and you're worried about feeling distant from them. Okay, I'm just going round and round. Let's see, 4 sixes before we move on. Let's see if something else can come up. And then 2 4s. Temperance, and the Hermit. Some of you might discover that someone that you know is really known or even famous somehow, and you didn't know it, or the other way around. Somehow you're very known in your field, you're very famous, but other people, like close people, didn't know somehow, which I don't know how it's possible, but apparently it might be possible. Like they've just been quiet about it. Like this person, you or them, have been quiet about it, have been introverted about it. They were just focusing on whatever craft or work that they're doing, and it's publicly known. So if you've been keeping things like at bay, like from your environment, just not oversharing or not over, so it's gonna somehow be found out and then spread like to wildfire. Like, did you know that Scorpio is doing this and that and this and that, and we didn't know, blah, blah, blah. Or again, it could be the other way around, that you're finding that out about someone that you know, possibly a family member. Oh, interesting. For reasons of modesty. It's very simple. It's not like hiding or deceiving. It's just not talking about it. It's simple. And someone is working really, really hard to get themselves out of scarcity and poverty possibly, like they're building something and they succeed, but it's constant work. It's cycles of 666. It's constant having to be on top of things and having to. It's like, but every cycle they manage to overcome. The Five of Wands turns into the Six of Wands. The Five of Pentacles turns into the Six of Pentacles. The Five of Cups to the Six of Cups. The Five of Swords to the Six of Swords. Sixes always speak of victories, of overcoming like major conflicts, be it emotional, financial, mental, societal. Like there's always some sort of conflict that the sixes overcome, and all the sixes are on the table. So there's a lot of overcoming with a lot of spirit and heart and a lot of faith. And this is thinking really big. This is like very big thinking. This is something that is like very broad, expansive, and yeah, someone here has the capacity of building worlds with all these fours in the world. Okay, I'm going to continue this right now. Thank you for being here. If you're new, subscribe to the Existential Shift. Join in on the tribe. Link is below. It's available. The extended, Your Love Extended, is available on Patreon and on Vimeo. Perfect time to check out and join possibly Patreon. Lots of good stuff. And yeah, that's it. I love you guys. Stay magic. Stay true.